So, yeah. It's 8:30 in the morning. Again.
I love this time. I don't know what he's worried about.
He does. She does. She loves this time. It's okay. But to be like on and chipper and blah, 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 that's the hard part.
That's not the hard part.
For me. For her, it's like a light switch that never gets turned off. So, you goodies! That's right. That's what Kabuki Kid decided to begin with.
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. Yep. Obviously, I can see and hear you. That is cool.
Oh, that's good.
Sup, people? Blake says hello.
Good
Vanessa
morning.
says good morning. Almost afternoon here. Yes, yes, yes. We know, we know. Kabuki Kid says, I am not a morning person either. I'm a night owl. See, here's my conundrum.
Don't blame me.
I am not a morning person.
That's true.
That is a fact. That is a proven, scientific, objective fact.
Yes.
But since I have married Jessie, I am not. I cannot be a night owl. And I used to be, because, usually they go hand in hand. If you're not a morning person, you're usually a night owl. And if you are a morning person, you usually aren't a night owl. It's, it's a tit for tat thing. It's like two sides of the same coin. But I find that I can no longer do the night owling.
That is not my fault.
Because
this is not on me.
This person is like done at 9:30 and struggles between 9:30 and 10:30 just to stay awake, even if we're doing something. Now, generally speaking, at that point, we are usually chilling on the couch, and we have been for the lot of 5 minutes. So it's not that big of a deal.
I would like to clarify. I do not force him to go to bed at a certain time.
She doesn't.
Do not.
She does not force me to do anything.
I just fall asleep on his lap, and if he falls asleep, then that's on him.
Forcing someone to do something is like gunpoint.
No, I don't do that. I don't even suggest
go to bed
it.
now,
I just say
or
I'm
else.
going to bed.
She doesn't do that. But she will, fall asleep on me.
Yeah, I will do that. That's hands down.
And body heat, warmth, drowsiness ensues. Or she'll go,
I'm going to bed.
I'm going to bed now. Blink, blink, blink. Nudge, nudge.
I do not. I just say I'm going to bed.
Won't you like to come to bed with me now? And it's like, yes, you
I say, I'm going to bed. Are you going?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Right there.
That's my question.
Right there. Are you coming?
It's a question.
Are you still up? Yes.
If he is in a mood to stay up, I just say, great, I will fall asleep on your lap on the sofa, and you can watch whatever scary thing you watch.
Yeah. You can be more productive when you wake up early as opposed to staying up until 3 a.m.
That's true.
Disagree, my friend. Because I have tried your theory. I've had jobs that were, like, when I worked for Monster Fight Club, 9:30, yes. 9:30 was our, 9:45 was 9:45 was our morning meetings. If they were scheduled for 9:30 my time, 12:30 their time. So it wasn't really like
that's the
morning for them.
Yeah,
but
no.
No. I'm
No,
see, it's too early. I can't think right.
They were scheduled 9:30.
9:30 there on the East Coast, so it was 6:30 my time.
Yeah. And on those days, you got so much done.
But at 9:30, Eastern time, I'm not wanting to be productive. I'm wanting to just chill and breathe and wake up.
He's fine.
I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm on autopilot until around then.
Until about 9:30 I wake up.
I don't start to function, Tom says, until 9 or 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
Kabuki says, I'm totally the same, Tom. I'm on autopilot until around then, probably even 10. Blake says, like Tom Vazel always says, if I'm at a convention and you stayed up all night, I'm not playing with you. I understand that. Conventions are something different because you have paid to be in a space. You want to be in that space as long as possible. Right. So the trap is to stay up all night. Mm-hmm. But the problem with that is then the next day you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. Or you're so hyped up on like 5-hour energies and whatever other energy drink you're drinking, Monsters or Red Bulls, nobody wants to be around you because you're like, you're like that, what was it, the squirrel on Over the Hedge. And then he goes into like flash mode and he's running so fast, everybody's moving slow motion. See that? Nobody wants to play a game with that person. So during a convention, you absolutely must get your sleep. And I'm still not a morning person. Now, see, here's the thing. Morning person does not mean that you don't wake up early. Can I at least get an agreement there?
Sure.
Being a morning person does not just merely mean that you wake up early in the morning.
It means that you're ready to go.
Yeah, it means you're like chipper, you're like
not
singing
chipper.
songs
Not everybody
and
is like
whistling
me.
and...
Not everybody is like me.
No. Morning people are like you.
No, there are morning people that just get up and do what they have to, but they don't have to be chipper and happy.
But they are.
No.
They don't have to be.
Night owls aren't chipper and happy at night. They're just doing what they have to do.
Yes, they are!
Oh.
They're doing what they like to do at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, whatever.
And they're happy.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Why does it not have us? That's weird.
Because I probably paused the live on this because I meant to hit the
So
mute
none of this
button.
was live?
No, this is all live.
Oh, okay.
It's all live, it's just not live on my screen.
I just want to
we
make
were
sure
stuck
it's working.
on the ads.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's working. Sorry.
We're good. Let's see here. Yeah, we missed some stuff. I want to make sure I go back and get everything. So, I'm not a morning person either. We got that. I am Team Jessie morning person, the Whoop 6 says. So, whoop whoop. My usual bedtime, Kabuki says, is 2 a.m.
I think you've said that before, and I can't even fathom that.
I used to do that. And here's the strange thing. I used to do that when I was a teacher. And I had to be at school at 7 to 7:30 for
I
morning
have teachers like that at
meetings.
my building.
Well, no. I powered through, don't get me wrong. But then the next night I was like, eat dinner, bye, see ya, I gotta get my sleep back.
See, you can't do that.
But I blame Skyrim because that's when Skyrim came out.
Oh.
Not the board game. The actual video game. And I played Skyrim way too much. And I enjoyed it way too much. And it was too enveloping. There were a couple of times, to my shame, that I stayed up all night when I was a teacher.
Playing Skyrim.
Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to. I didn't schedule myself to do it. I just got so wrapped up in the game. I lost track of time. I look up, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's crazy town. The only video game I ever...
Welcome to Confessions of a Video Gamer teacher.
I never played... The only video game I used to play was Sonic. That was really it. I never played any PC games. Never.
You're more productive, Blake says. Yeah, that's false, Blake. Sorry. You're not necessarily. You can be. And morning people are. But if everybody wakes up at 6 a.m., that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be productive. It just means they're going to be awake. And
Sam,
if they're not a morning person,
poor Sam. I literally pop my eyes open and I'm like, what you doing? What you doing? Are you awake yet? Are you awake yet? Hey, honey, can I tell you something? Guess what I dropped last night?
She's usually better than that. She usually does better.
I try. But then there's times where I haven't come in and talked to him. And then it's like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm like...
The floodgates open.
I'm like, I can't, blah, 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 I can't hold the blah, blah, blah back anymore. So you got to wake up enough for me to talk to you.
Okay, so let's see here. Message retracted. Ooh,
dun,
Blake.
Dun, dun.
Blake. Sounds like Blake got salty there for a little bit.
Dun, 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 dun.
I've stayed up until midnight twice in the past year, and both times were because of concerts.
Oh, I could probably do it for a concert. Maybe.
5-2-1 rule.
Oh, yes! Yes! You told me this about conventions.
Yeah?
There was a sign. No,
yes.
You told me this.
I think so. Yeah, you have to get at least 5 hours of sleep, eat 2 meals a day, and...
One shower?
One shower, I think.
I hope that was the
I
one.
think that's what it is. Yeah. Or 6-2-1. Yeah, 6-2-1
like
is
that.
better. 6 hours is better, but 5 hours is doable. Tom says, so Sam, if you didn't have to get up for the kids, what time would you get up and start work? Well, here's the thing. I don't usually get up and start because of the kids. It's because she wakes up. And I'm kind of a light sleeper. No, I'm a light sleeper. So if she's up and moving around, then I can't sleep anymore. Now, she's usually pretty good about being quiet. I know there's that caveat out there of, you know, wives get up and they do, and men get up and they're like tiptoeing around, making sure the wife doesn't wake up. That's not true in our house. She's usually pretty good about usually.
I was going to say, if I have to put dishes away, that's not so good.
World War III has broken out in our kitchen, if that's the case. But here's another thing. Band camp has begun this week.
Yes. The kids have been at band camp. 2 of the kids have been at band camp.
And
from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
2 of them have decided that they need to get up at 6:30 in the morning so that they can...
Get to band camp on time.
And so... While she is very good about being quiet, the other 2 individuals who have been waking up at 6:30 in the morning are not. Well, one of them isn't. And when one of them isn't, the other one joins him in said festivities.
In their defense, they're both working really hard at band camp, and they're both kind of excited.
There's no defense necessary. I'm not attacking them. I'm simply
they're getting up and they're
fact.
like, oh, did you see this? And then when this movement comes, then we have to switch this, and we move this, and then I have to walk over here. Do you have to walk all the way over there? And they want to talk about it. Right on the other side of Sam's bedroom wall.
And our door doesn't really close well, so there's a gap. And they don't realize this, because it looks like the door is closed.
The door doesn't close.
But it isn't. It's stark. And it's hard to open, but it's not closed. And the walls are criminally thin. I'm pretty sure I can hear them pass gas through the wall, even when it's silent but deadly. It's that thin. And it's like the kitchen table is right here.
It's right.
Wall is right there, and my head is right there at the end of our bed. And so they might as well just be sitting on the bed, talking and carrying on.
He's been struggling this week because everybody's waking up.
It's all right. But to answer your questions, I will start work by 9 a.m. my time every day because that's when you should be starting work at the very latest.
Right.
Unless you have a schedule in a job that is different. So I'm not saying that, you know.
No, I know.
I mean, her job, she has to be there at 6:30. Other people's jobs have them working overnight. You know, whatever. But myself, 9 to 5. That's your normal, traditional work day, and that's what I try to hold to. Now, I'm also kind of Mr. Mom, because she has a job that she has to be away at the house if anything has to happen with the kids or getting the kids to school or getting them to a doctor's appointment or anything like that. That's inside my day, and I have the flexibility to take care of it.
Right.
So it's not that big of a deal. So if something like that happens, then I'm working past 5 o'clock. Usually after we come back from some set activity that we had to be present at because the kids' extracurriculars. So there have been times where I've been, finishing editing a video and uploading it at 10 o'clock at night. But that's just because I had to do something during the day. That's not normal.
In fact, on that note, I kind of love it when he has to work late in his studio. I do.
Yeah.
Because we have a sofa in here. And I will curl up in the sofa and he's working and I can be right next to him and I can be sound asleep. Yeah. But I feel like I'm still, because he'll say, hey, what do you think of this? Do you like this video or do you like this intro? And I'll pop awake and I'll look and we'll participate and converse and I'll curl back up in my little ball and go back to sleep. But I kind of like it when he has to work late. Yep. And I get to I don't know, I get to be on the sofa next to him. Yep. And I like it.
Zexto, hello everyone. Zexto, who is Zexto? At Chris Yee, what game you would play at 4 a.m.? Would you play at 4 a.m.? So is Zexto? No, Chris Yee's here. Cool. So who is... Man, I'm so far behind.
It goes fast.
Chris is at work? Chris isn't at work. An answer and question session. Yes, Chris. All right. Hey, Chris. Nice Q&A. To see you. Good to see you. Q&A is where is that? Sean S. is here. Sam, all these years you told me Hanami Koji was good. You lied to me. Sean, I'm sorry.
Hanami Koji?
Yeah. Hanami Koji, the two-player I pick, you choose game.
Oh, right.
Where you're trying to get the geishas to be in your troop.
I remember. We played it.
So, Sean apparently believes
you lied.
A falsity that Hanami Koji is not good. You are incorrect, sir. But it's okay. You have the right to be wrong. Just like I have the right to be right. That's just the way it is.
So terrible.
Sorry you didn't like it. I really like it.
I like it.
She likes it. So, there you have it. I always say it, all games are not for all people. So that's why I usually, if you have the chance to try it before you buy it, please do that. Because even if I really like a game, I'll usually tell you don't be stupid and go buy it. But that is usually said with the caveat, tongue-in-cheek, that you need to try it. You need to try to play it before you buy it, because not all games are for all people. If I like it, doesn't mean you're going to like it. That's just the way it is.
Probably quite a few on Sam's top 100 list that are coming out that are not my cup of tea.
That's probably true. Sorry about that, Sean. Sorry, not sorry. I really like the game. Sorry you don't like it. Minimum 5 hours of sleep, 2 proper meals, 1 shower a day for cons. Yep. 6 hours of sleep. Yep. Chris, ahoy! Yes. Chris, get back to work, Blake says. It's Saturday. He shouldn't be working.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What are we doing?
This isn't work.
Yeah, this is
just us.
This is us chilling. Kabuki Kid says, I used to work a second shift job, so I didn't even used to get home until around 1 a.m. And then I ate dinner and basically was too tired to sleep until 6 a.m. Worst shift work. I totally get that. Too tired to sleep is a real thing. Or she said too wired to sleep.
No, too wired to sleep. That's also a thing.
But I maintain it is better to work the graveyard shift.
I think I would disagree with you.
At cons, Tom said, I'm not worried about what time I get up. And you don't. That's part of the cool thing about it. You don't have to worry about what time you get up. But realize that the con is going to happen whether you're there or not.
Right.
And there's a little bit of FOMO going on. You might miss out on something. But one of the coolest things that I've usually noticed about cons is that you can be really chill and get a lot out of them and only get half of what's there. There's so much going on at conventions, especially the large ones. You can't soak it all in. And a lot of people, when the first time they go to a convention, that's what they want to try to do. They want to experience everything. And they run themselves ragged trying to do that. And then they go away and they're so tired, they're like, ugh, I need a break now.
We started at Gen Con. It was my first Gen Con, and we were with Mythic.
Yeah.
And I saw people literally running the halls and grabbing this and then going over here and running over here, and they literally spend, I don't know, 96 seconds at each booth.
Just
I'm here. I gotta get this, and then they run off,
yeah.
It caused me stress. Like, watching them, I was like, stop! Like, just take a moment, make an interaction, make a connection, say hello.
So Chris was asked a question. Answer: Kemet, blood and sand. Now, what's the question? And Tom responded, "What game would you play at 4 a.m.?"
Oh, Kemet, blood and sand.
Let's see. Zach Still, hello. Blake. Oh, dadgummit. Why does it pop? Right when I was about to stop, it popped up. Don't forget the dog. Yes. The dog also gets up at 6 a.m. Yes, while she's in the shower. And then he wakes me up while she's in the shower, usually whining. Because...
I'm whining?
No, the dog's whining when you're in the shower.
He hears me get up and he's like, hey.
Hey, I'm out here. Guys, did you forget about me? Yeah. At my work, we got into an altercation with the business next door because they claim we were loud. Huh.
Shocked face.
Bummer, dude. Kitchen next to a bedroom. Yep. LOL. I'd love 9 to 5. No job seems to ever want you starting as late as 9, though. I always have to start at jobs at 8. 8:30 was a treat at one job.
Yeah.
That's usually...
I have 2 employees that start at 9:30. That's our late shift.
Yeah, Chris says, indeed, I am not at work. I'm lazing about at home.
Oh, lovely. That sounds lovely, Chris. We kind of
let's see. I have to work today at 10:30. Definitely better to work graveyard shift than second shift. I can agree with that. My daughter works a lot of crazy shifts in the Air Force over in Germany, and I think she's told me that graveyard is much better than second because it shoots your entire day. Mm-hmm. You can't go to sleep at a regular time. You can't just throws your body off after your body gets acclimated to it, but you're still not awake for anything else when everybody else is awake.
Right.
You have to be kind of so that's weird.
Oh, we've had a couple busy weeks.
Yes, we have. Blake says no, because depending on what you do when you work graveyard shift, you're bored the whole time. Oh. Like if you worked at a 24/7 Walmart, what are you going to do at 2 a.m. when no one is in the store? Well, that's true. Well, at least you won't be snapping pictures of the Walmart people at 2 a.m. in the morning. Well, no, maybe
you might be.
Maybe that's when the Walmart people come out.
Right, that might be a thing.
So maybe that's something you could do at Walmart at 2 a.m. Stock shelves or something. Kabuki says kids say.
Is it really a thing? Walmarts are open 24/7?
Yes.
Really?
Pretty sure. Some are, not all. Like up here, I don't think they are, because that's another thing that we were talking about with the Mulgrews, is that they stay open until I think midnight down in San Antonio,
right.
Because there are people that are getting off work at 10 because there's strip malls around them and all that other kind of stuff. So they stay open until 12 so that people can stop in on their way home. But I've talked to other store owners that they don't stay open until past 10 because nothing is open.
And we've had people who visit us say nothing is open here past 8 p.m.
Yeah,
like at all.
Exactly.
Even many of our restaurants close at 10.
Yeah. I mean, Denny's is always open, but...
True.
All right.
But I didn't know that Walmarts were ever
has to
open
be something
24/7. I've never thought of that. Didn't occur to me.
Oh, stupid freaking... Yeah. I'll mention that once these things are done. What's your game store you go to up there, if any?
Valid question.
Chris, he retracted it. I don't have a game store up here. We don't have a game store here
and there's nothing here in Wenatchee.
In Wenatchee that we would think as a game store. There there are 2 places, one here and one in Leavenworth, which is about 30 minutes away, where you can go buy games, but there's no place to actually sit down. There's no like community center anywhere in the valley. You have to travel for an hour at least. Well, no, there's just that one store in Ellensburg.
Wasn't bad, yeah.
The one store didn't have any tables,
right?
But it had plenty of room for tables. But it wasn't optimal because you'd have the walls where all the products were, and there was a whole bunch of stuff.
We don't have a lot. We did just visit a game shop in Olympia, Washington.
Lacey, Washington.
Lacey. It's like across the road. It's like Olympia here, Lacey here.
It's like 100. It's like 100 yards past the "Welcome to the Lacey" sign.
Also,
it cracks me up.
It's in the state capital of Olympia. Lacey's a suburb.
But it's in Lacey.
Whatever.
If you look at their address,
we went there a couple of weeks ago. That's not fair. We went there a couple of weeks ago, and that was a pretty impressive game shop.
Yeah, it was.
And we like Zulus and
that was
but we don't have anything.
Gabby's Comics and Games is the one we went to in Lacey.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Lacey. Then we've gone to Zulu's Board Game Cafe in Bothell. We've gone to Mox's Boarding House in
Bellevue.
Yeah. Their Bellevue store. They have 3 stores, I think. One's down in Oregon, and then there's 2 up in.
And we used to just go to B-Side Games in Spokane every time we
Games in Spokane.
And it's a little tiny shop.
Yeah, until something unfortunate happened there, which I don't want to talk about, so don't ask.
No, but we're up to trying anything, but there's not a lot in eastern Washington where we live.
Right. There's not a whole lot of
If we cross the mountain pass and go west, there are some shops that are nice that we could go to.
There's a lot of shops on the other side.
Yeah. Over here, literally the entire rest of the 3/4 of the state, there's
a lot of stores in Spokane. It's just that they're staffed by people. There's like 4 or 5 stores in Spokane. But they're not just board games. And the not just board game stuff has taken over.
Right,
like one of them used to have board games and all this other kind of stuff and RC planes, and now it's like RC planes. Oh yeah, there's a corner of board games over here.
Right.
So there's a lot of stores that are like that in Spokane.
But we don't have much around.
B-Side Games used to be a place that I could recommend, but their ownership had a kerfuffle, and that's all I want to say about it. And now
we're always looking for a good place to play.
We're still buzzed with one of them, but
we're always looking for a good place to play.
Yeah, we are. So,
but where we play in Wenatchee Valley,
nowhere.
It is actually when we sponsor game night at our church today.
We have people over to the house.
We have people over to the house.
So that is Chris's question. Thank you for that question, Chris. So the one closest to me is like a 30-minute drive. Yeah, makes me think of the New York prison, Leavenworth. No,
not that one.
This one is like
tourist trap Leavenworth.
German winter wonderland tourist trap.
It is super cute.
Leavenworth.
I love Leavenworth.
Roger Komasu says, I'm planning to go to Essen for the first time this year. Never went to a board game event before. Do you think that getting tickets for 4 days straight is an overkill? Any tips to share on this event?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What Chris said, good shoes, drink water, prepare to be surrounded by people. Those 3 things will help you out a lot. Absolutely. Essen is probably not the convention that I would recommend that you go to first for your first board game convention, because it is literally the largest one. It spans I don't know, Gen Con is pretty big too, but it's big in a different kind of way. There's a whole lot to see in Essen. And my thing with Essen is that you're in Germany. And when I'm in Germany, I want to see Germany. But at the same time, and I want to experience Germany, but at the same time, Essen is a really cool show to go to. But it's not a Gen Con style. It's not an American style convention. There's a lot of people demoing games, and there's a lot of people buying games, but there's not a lot of play areas. At least the last time I went, which was years ago at this point. So admittedly, there's that. They may have added some playing areas since I've been the last time, but the last time I went, there was no playing area. There were no tables to just go sit down and play the stuff that you have purchased. So there's that. But what Chris said is absolutely true, because you will do a ton of walking, and that's true for any large convention that you go to. So you got to be prepared for that and drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. Mm-hmm. And I would the whole 5-2-1 thing that we talked about, or 6-2-1 that we talked about earlier, 2 meals, not enough. You will find yourself getting hangry, and you will find yourself getting out of sorts if you only eat 2 meals a day. What I usually do is I have a small breakfast in the morning, and then I have a small meal 3 hours later, a small meal 3 hours after that, and then I have a big dinner. And big is not really big for me because I've got a smaller size stomach ever since the surgery. So, but I usually try to eat at least 4 meals every day, because if you don't, your body gets low and you start getting cranky, and you start not enjoying the time. So there's that. Let's see here. I love visiting. Brian's here, Gaming with ADHD. Hello, Brian. Good to see you. I love visiting game stores as I travel. Saw 3 new ones in Idaho and 1 in Salt Lake during this trip. That's cool. Yeah, where did you go in Idaho?
Idaho's not far. Where'd we go?
Let me know. That's about a 4-hour drive for us.
We could do Idaho.
But, I mean, we wouldn't be going there just to play video games. I mean, play board games.
I was going to say, when are we playing video games, baby?
That was a slip. Do you visit board game stores if you go out of the country? I try to, but usually with out of the country trips, you have that language barrier that I can't find the store because I'm looking for something in another language and I don't know what the store would be called. So I have a harder time finding game stores. But whenever we travel, yes, that's kind of a normal thing that we're doing now. Whenever we go somewhere, hey, are there any stores in town that we can stop by and check out?
We don't travel internationally as much.
No, we don't.
But
I mean, 1 trip in the last 2 years.
Yes, we went to Germany.
I know that's a lot more than most people. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But it's not like we're leaving every other month. Let's see here. 1's in Salt Lake, he said. Oh, wait.
Salt Lake's.
Wait. In Tacoma, we have lots of stores that sell games, but don't really have any game stores.
Yeah.
ADHD, 1's in Salt Lake. My wife's best friend lives there, so we get there at least once a year.
Oh, that's nice.
I also know that when you eat out in Germany, expect it to be long. Yes. Because eating dinner in Germany is an event. It's an activity. It's not just a time to refuel.
Social activity.
Yes, absolutely. Chrissy, Roger, there's lots of places to demo games there during the exhibitor hours.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Hotels nearby have lobbies full of gaming, so maybe make friends with someone staying at one of those.
Nice.
Yeah, that's true. But what I have found with those, not disagreeing with Chris, but the caveat is that more often than not, the tables that are in those hotel lobbies are super full. And good luck finding a place, unless you just like camp out and wait for somebody to get up. Because usually they'll sit there and they will sit there until they are ready to go to bed, which is late at night. So, yeah, you will need to find some friends and get into a group of people that you know are going to be there, because if you go there solo and just try to get into something, it's probably, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but it's probably not going to go well, because people game in groups when they're back at their hotel, and usually they have as many people as they need to get a game started. So carry snacks. Yes, absolutely, carry snacks. When you go to a convention, set yourself a spending budget and stick to it.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Very good. Hypoglycemic crankiness. That is correct.
That's a thing.
That is a real thing. The good news is that the Essen street vendors is between the Spiel mess halls have really great food, not healthy but great. Ooh. This is also true, but they also have very long lines.
Oh, really? The ones right outside.
Especially during your traditional lunch or dinner time hours. Even in the mornings, there's long lines. People line up and they wait for those things to open, and they just kind of stay long. All day long. There are times that if you sneak out there, the lines won't be as long, but they will still be very long lines. Especially, and I will say this, the vendor who has the longest line is the vendor that has the best food.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Period.
Anyway. Well, that's kind of when you're traveling somewhere new, that's a rule. That's a really good thing. If you're driving to Joestown, Idaho, you're somewhere. You've never been there, and there's a diner here, and there's a diner here. And this diner has nobody, and this diner has a full parking lot. Go to the one with the full parking lot.
We actually did that down in where were we? I think we were in Ellensburg. We were in Ellensburg the last time, and we were driving around, and somebody said, "Hey, you should try this place out." And we went by, and it was like empty.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to eat there.
Yeah, I don't want to eat there. So because there was nobody there.
But then we went to the other one, and it was packed, and I was like, oh yeah, eat there.
All right, currywurst was good, but doner kebab is where it's at. Brats were great there too. I don't know about a doner kebab
over currywurst.
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't think I can agree with Chris there, but Chris agrees with me. Hotel lobbies are slammed. Even as outgoing as I am, I've had a hard time just walking up to a table there and asking to join. Yeah, because at least the 90% assumption. You're pretty sure the group that's there is a group of friends, and they've sat down to play, and they already know each other, and you're like interjecting yourself, and that's just a sticky situation, no matter how outgoing you are. So absolutely. Gaming cons like Dice Tower and BGG Con make it easier for a solo person to find games to play. Absolutely. They have a great first convention to go to is a gaming convention. Not necessarily a convention where you're going to be in an exhibitor hall a lot. I think the cons that have the bigger exhibitor halls are the ones that you might want to wait and have that be your second convention or third maybe. Go to a couple of smaller ones earlier on just so that you can kind of get your social legs under you.
Talk about where you're going to be in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. Going to go to Grand Con this year, and where I can't.
Grand Rapids.
I'm so stupid. I know I'm going somewhere. It's called Grand Con. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry, people.
Get your phone.
I know. Disconnect. I'm not going to use that. Where is it?
Grand Rapids.
I am such an idiot. It's probably Grand Rapids, yeah. But
what would be Grand?
This is why I'm not good with names. I can't even remember what city I'm going to for crying out loud. I mean, Grand Rapids makes sense, doesn't it? I can't even find my travel app right now. See,
don't look at your travel app.
It's too stinking early.
Just ask. Has Chris been? Hasn't Chris been?
I don't know if Chris has been or not. Gaming with ADHD drove to Boise for a wedding. Boise, Idaho. Far. Phoenix Fire, all about ABU in Boise. Gajo Games in Salt Lake. Cool.
It says it's Michigan's premiere. So Grand Rapids, Michigan, right?
Yes. Sure. Yeah.
It has to be.
It has to be. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah. Going to Grand Con. I have no idea.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, okay, thank you. It's not in here. I'm enjoying my coffee right now.
Drink more. You're confused.
Yeah, I know, right? But
September 1st.
Yeah, it's basically Labor Day weekend. Mm-hmm. It'll be I'm flying in on the 31st, I think, and then I'll be there. It's the 1st, 2nd, and the 3rd. And I'm flying back on the 3rd, and Labor Day is on the 4th. So I'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I have no idea what I'm going to be doing because I have not been able to log into my events calendar account. So I need to call Brian about that today because he's probably got me doing something. I've told him I'll do whatever he wants me to do. And he just wants me to, so far, be there and play games with people. And I'm going to be rooming up with Luke Philippak from Love Thy Nerd, so that'll be cool. So I'll be repping Love Thy Nerd a little bit while I'm there as well. So you can look for either the gray Love Thy Nerd shirts that you've seen me wearing before, or there's a possibility that he's going to get me this like super hot pink like soccer jersey version of the Love Thy Nerd uniform. So I'm hoping that'll be in, but I don't know if it'll be
that'll be
or
super
not.
cool.
But that'll be cool. Anyway, I'll be there. If you see me, please ask me to play a game. I don't even really care what game you ask me to play. As long as it's not going to monopolize 8 hours of the day. If it's a regular 1 to 2 hour game, ask me to play. Because I want to play with as many people as I possibly can. So, that's what we're going there for. Why do I...
Me? What? What, honey?
Sticky.
Oh, it's so gross.
Sticky. We have a...
There's a fly
Kabuki
infestation.
kid called it Kabuki yesterday on our live stream of Assassin's Creed called it the Flydemic.
There's something going on in this valley this year.
Yes.
It is.
There's an
last year we had this
amount of flies.
Huge amount of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Huge amount of mosquitoes last year. This year,
apparently we've taken care of the mosquito problem in the valley.
We appear to have house flies everywhere.
With the third plague of flies. I don't think that's not the third plague.
I mean, it is ridiculous. There's so many. You got some sticky. That's what you have.
Yeah. So we've got fly strips hanging up around the house outside because they're just literally everywhere. So
yeah.
Anyway. All right. Gaming cons like that. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, trying to chug chanting. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to chug. You can't enjoy it. Haven't been to Grand Con before, Chris says, but it sounds great. Like you said, a lot of focus on gaming. Absolutely, that's what it is. But I'm also not in Europe. Oh, what is... UK Games Expo. Yes! UK Games Expo is one of my favorite conventions to go to.
Oh, really?
Yes, but it's in the UK. It's in Birmingham, so it's like hard to get to.
Let's go next year.
I would love to. I mean... Frankly, literally, I would love to. But just it's international flights, man, are so freaking expensive. Domestic flights are expensive unless you can get like those stupid
flies
last minute deals. Yeah,
haunting me. He's like
the flies yesterday were like buzzing the mic.
Oh no way!
That's what Kabuki says. Kabuki said, "I could swear I just heard a fly." Well, you probably did.
They're awake now.
Let's see. All right, what do you want?
Can I say why we're wearing our shirts?
Yes, go
Thank
ahead.
you.
They should know. We did.
But we went. Sam took me to Astoria as a late birthday gift, and I got to go to Goonie's house, and I was super excited.
Yeah, we all got to go to Goonie's house. We also got to go to
camping. How was camping? Because he said on his last live that he was kind of dreading it. So how was camping, honey?
Camping is fine. I do want to come clean and say, I usually am just giving her a hard time.
He is.
She loves camping.
I do. And we don't hike up in the mountains camping. I don't do any of that. I don't have a backpack and that kind of stuff. Everything is in my car. Literally everything.
Everything. When we stopped in Lacey on the way back from our camping trip, we had to move things around to fit the games in.
I had to hold the boxes on my lap.
And she would, And until we got to the hotel, and the next morning she had boxes on her lap. That's the only space that was left. So we had camping stuff all on top of our car, in our car. We're sitting here like this. I'm driving like this. It's
but other than that, I did bring everything.
We had a good time. It was a good time. It was super except fun. For that one night, the last night we were there. I almost called them something I shouldn't have, but the people who were enjoying their party.
And there were some people that were having a really good camping time.
Yes.
Until like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, music, drinking, hooting and hollering.
We went camping with my parents. And one of my favorite points was, in the morning, my dad says, oh yeah, there were kids playing outside at like 10:30. So I yelled at the kids to tell them, you need to put those kids in bed. It just made me laugh.
Yeah, he literally went, get off my lawn! At a campsite, for crying out loud.
He straight up did.
We had a great time with him.
That was
that was just a funny moment.
It was a funny moment.
Her parents are great to go camping with. But yeah, that was funny.
That was
literally
funny.
Went, old man, get off my lawn.
I think it started with, he blew the safety whistle.
No, he did. We had these little, neon flashlight strip thingies that look like mini lightsabers. That's basically what they look like. That's why we bought them. We're stupid. But on one end they have a stranger danger whistle, and
my dad in his tent blew the whistle as loud as he could, and then said, "Those kids need to get in bed." And then they stopped. They all kind of quieted down. Well,
yeah, because you got a crotchety old man blowing a whistle at you. Stranger danger. That's exactly what that is.
That was funny, though, right?
You better believe I'm going to bed.
He was so kind of proud of himself in the morning, and I was laughing so
hard. Let's see.
But we went camping. We had a great time. And then we got to go to Astoria, which we had a great time.
Oh, Roger's never heard of the UK Games Expo. Roger, you need to check that out. And if you can get to it, please go. It's in Birmingham, so it's... People in the UK will tell you that Birmingham is a hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess it kind of is. But it's still a really nice area. And it's kind of... It's a little far away from London, but a train ride gets you there. But I wouldn't stay in London and go to the convention. They have good hotels in Birmingham that you can go to. But I highly recommend UKGE. Highly, highly, highly. It's probably as close to... the last time I went, and I know they've grown since, the last time I went, it was slightly smaller than Origins. And I know Origins, after that, condensed a little bit, and now they're growing. So it might even be about the same size as an Origins, or something to that effect. So I highly recommend UK Games Expo. It's a great convention. And generally speaking, I think the people over there are just pleasant to be around. I don't know what it is that... It's weird because I'm not from the UK. But every time I've gone to the UK, I felt like I was at home.
Nice.
Which is a strange experience because... Before I started traveling there for the Dice Tower, or with the Dice Tower, I had never been to UK except for one day when we lived in Germany. My dad and I flew to America on a military hop, and we stayed overnight in the UK. I don't even remember when or where. I don't remember where we were in UK, but I remember we stayed overnight, and then we caught another hop from the UK over to somewhere on the East Coast. But that's the only other time I've ever been to the UK. So it's really strange, but that's the only way I can
I love that.
describe it is I just kind of felt like I was at home. And it's just really cool. So there you go. Brian says, "Oh, sorry for not where'd it go? It was right here. Jeez Louise, why does it do that? I hate that. It was
down, not up.
Currywurst. I'm
down
looking
after
for
that.
Looking for it. There it is. Sorry for not reaching out on Friday paint stream. Been a bit busy, but I still want to do it. Yes. Friday would not have worked for me this week anyway because I was doing a preview video, a paid preview video. I was working hard on that. It's due next week, so I was working hard on that yesterday morning. Wouldn't have been able to do it. And then I had live stream at 2 o'clock, so I had to use my morning to work on that video. So it wouldn't have worked. But yes, keep me in mind always. Always keep me in mind because I've got plenty of stuff. I've got the new Iron Maiden stuff that I can paint from Simon. So that's something that I think we can probably do. I would love to do that. Iceland even has one. I know!
Iceland has a gaming convention?
Yes,
I want to go to Iceland.
They've invited me to go, and I couldn't go.
Oh, I want to go to Iceland.
Way back when. They invited me to go, and I had to cancel. Because that's when all that, it was 2018.
I want to go to Iceland.
I know, I do too.
I want to go to Iceland and UK, but
I even think it's in. I believe it's in Reykjavik.
I want to
So
go to Reykjavik.
I'm not absolutely sure about that, but yeah, I actually one of the guys that runs that convention is a buddy of a guy that helped me get the runes right for my tat. So there's a connection there.
Right.
But
reach out. I want to go. I want to go to that one. That sounds great. Actually, what were we watching? I don't know. We watched something the other day, and it had an ad for Reykjavik University. No, it was. What was that? There was a thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, but maybe I dreamt it. I don't know. But all I thought is, ooh, Daphne could go to Reykjavik for college.
No, I know. International.
Because then we could travel to visit her.
No. She gets a full ride scholarship if she's going to Reykjavik. I'm sorry, they are paying for everything, period.
I'm just saying.
Paul Grogan has a smaller one in UK, but I can't remember the name. Paul Grogan has his own convention. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. Gaming rules. Yeah, I didn't realize that he had his own convention in the UK. That's pretty neat. Did you get your Deliverance pledge yet? No, I have not. Also, do you have any advice as to how to start or play the game? Start off with the skirmish mode. Don't go to the campaign right off the bat. Start with the skirmish mode. Just set up the tutorial. I'm pretty sure the book comes with a tutorial. It's been a while since I've looked at the rule book, but I'm pretty sure there's like a little tutorial mission in the rule book. Start with that so you can get your legs underneath you as far as the mechanisms. They are not that difficult, but they are rather, well, they're kind of procedural, which they have to be. I get that, but start with the tutorial skirmish. Don't try to do the campaign mode first. Start with the skirmish, get the mechanisms underneath you, and then try to get into the campaign. Because with the campaign, you're going to be doing a whole bunch of like saving the game and you know, getting experience points that you can buff your angels up with and everything like that. So there's a lot extra in the campaign that's not in the skirmish. So start with the skirmish, then move to the campaign. Did you get Last Light yet? Nope, haven't got that yet either. But I backed. Those are 2 games that I actually backed. Mm-hmm. We paid money for those. They're not being sent to us as. I mean, Andrew sent me a copy to cover and do the review, and to do an unboxing and all that kind of stuff. But we sent that on to another content creator because I know I have my copy coming, so I wanted him to be able to use that copy to send to somebody else.
I've told a story.
What's that?
I've told a story repeatedly.
Jesse has told this story
What story did I tell?
for like the last 6 streams.
That my dad?
I don't think so.
That was a new story. What story did I tell today?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm looking back. I don't know.
I think it's probably me waking you up and going.
Oh, yeah, maybe, but that's a little late.
Whatever.
The Goondocks. Yes, we were in the Goondocks, and we went and bought coffee. You know, in the movie where the little Latino, I don't know, what do you call them?
Mrs. Martinez?
The lady, yeah, Mrs. Martinez, the lady that's helping them pack up and move. She's down in like
pushing a little
in the middle of the street, and no, she's just standing there, and the cars whiz by. Behind her, there's a blue building.
We had coffee there.
We had coffee there. That's just a cool thing to be able to see the movie, and
I loved it.
We saw Data's house and where he into the living room. So it was a cool thing. It's a cool thing. We couldn't find the beach where the.
Well, you can. We just had to go farther south.
We didn't, but we didn't.
Kind of ran out of time.
Yeah, we ran out of time. We had other things to do, and we had to get back by a certain time. But We had to do all of those things, but it was cool. It was cool to be in that place that you've only seen on the silver screen.
I'm gonna message the kids to take the puppy out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
There's going to be some ruckus. It's not World War III breaking out, but it's going to sound like it because our dog's going to go crazy. Blake Cavaney, for camping, you need a tent. You need a tent, some clothes, a sleeping bag, maybe an air mattress, and maybe a camp stove. I'm not going camping with Blake. I'm going to continue going camping.
I had cots and mattresses and
cots with
extra padding on them,
and pillows and blankets and a camping stove.
I gotta cook.
And what do we have for?
I was about to bring my Blackstone griddle. That's about what level I was at.
That's too big.
It's too big, but maybe I'll get a smaller one just for camping.
Yeah, I don't know. We went camping for a week and it poured rain for 5 days. Yeah, well, we went to the Oregon coast, and half of one of those days was spent under the canopy at our site, just shooting the breeze because it was raining outside. So, listening to her go on and on about how much she wanted to go to the beach in the rain, and I'm like, nah. No,
he went to the beach in the rain.
No, it wasn't raining anymore.
We
was
had
not.
Full raincoats on.
We did have raincoat, but it wasn't raining anymore.
We actually went into town.
We did.
To buy raincoats.
We did.
So that we could enjoy camping outside in the rain.
In case it didn't stop raining, but it did stop raining.
It did, but we walked out to the beach and it was still raining.
Yeah, don't remind me. Anyway.
But they had this really cool shipwreck.
Yeah. Yes, that was cool.
That was so cool.
And the story behind it was cool, too.
So cool. It was
actually a ship from the UK.
Yeah.
And they got caught in squalls.
No, they got caught at the cross current of the Columbia River and where the ocean comes in, and the tide was pushing up against the river, and then the wind changed, as they do in Washington. And then they couldn't get back, and did you get him? Hallelujah.
Died!
Got him!
Demon from the abyss. One less. Sorry.
Yes, hallelujah.
You just
There's
witnessed a
one over here.
homicide.
Can you get this one too? It was a really cool shipwreck. It was really cool.
Yep.
And we were wearing our raincoats.
Yes, we
were.
It was cool.
It was super cool.
Jessie.
Jessie. What about Jessie?
No, it's reading backwards. Rain and camping don't go well together. You are absolutely correct.
That was fine.
Sorry. That's our ring telling us that somebody's at our front door. That's the kids taking the dog out.
It's the kids taking the puppy out to go potty.
Ever watch the YouTube videos of that Canadian guy who does the stealth camping? Steve Wallace? No.
Stealth camping.
I'm going to check that out, though, because that sounds funny. My solution to that issue is to never go camping. Worked for me for 15 years. Worked for me for longer than that.
And then I came along.
But then Jessie came along, so no longer. Chris, you survived a van trip with Camilla. You don't need to go camping if you can do that. I'm not that old, but my back cannot handle camping anymore. Once I would need to drag along a bed, I may as well go to a proper place. Well, here's the thing, Mike. Listen.
He did argue that we should just go to a hotel.
This was my argument, and I will say that she was able to find cots and that come with. You don't have to purchase them extra. Maybe we should silence that.
I don't know how.
Well, I know how, but it doesn't. Usually it comes up on my phone and I can silence it. But anyway, that was my argument. I'm too old, blah, 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 blah. Then I lost a whole bunch of weight, and now I don't really have that anymore. She was also, I still do go to a chiropractor for my back because it does get out of whack every once in a while. And that's one of my main concerns, was sleeping on the ground is not going to be conducive. So we did get cots, and she got some really good cots that came with like pillow-ish things that go on top of it. And honestly, it wasn't our queen size bed,
right?
But it was still pretty stinking comfortable. as far as sleeping. My
He got
back.
up.
I know.
The one that you killed got up.
No, he did not. Oh, got you too, you dummy. Anyway, this is our life right now. Welcome to it. So
I got a little aggressive in a fly the other day.
she's taking our electronic fly swatter. No. Yeah, a little bzz, but she's not just getting them with that. She's walking up to the fly strips that we have hanging.
And they're already stuck on.
See the ones that are struggling and going bzz. I'm like, no, she's a little.
I saw it.
A little.
He was trying to get off in my defense.
Yeah, he was trying to. He was trying to live.
He was.
He was trying to live. Yes, this is not a tease. We are going to be doing that here in just a second.
Oh my gosh. I can't breathe. That was good, honey. He was trying to remove himself from the fly strip. So I zapped him while he was already stuck to the fly strip.
Oh.
And then I maniacally laughed.
Brian says he got Cyberpunk Combat Zone from a retailer this weekend. Most of the teams are cool too.
Ooh.
Cool beans, man. That's good stuff. I have a whole bunch of Cyberpunk minis over there that I could be painting. So maybe that's something we could do. But I'd rather do the Iron Maiden stuff because it looks cooler.
I see my name.
Yeah, let's see. Where do you see it?
Going to the Goonies house.
Jessie has mentioned going to the Goonies
I
house.
was excited.
Yeah, she was. She was really excited about it. She's geeking out too. The housekeeper, yeah, whatever she was, correct. But she wasn't the housekeeper. She was just somebody that they hired on to help pack stuff up. Because it was like a... Steve Wallace is a hoot. He finds random places to camp, not always legal places. Oh, man.
Sounds interesting.
You need one of those salt guns. I know.
I don't even know. You keep saying that. I don't know what that is. That must
Salt guns are... I don't know. I don't know that I would do well. I might get salt all over the house and not kill a single fly.
That's what I would be worried about.
I once killed a fly with a bowling ball. Don't ask for details,
Ooh.
Blake says.
I like it.
Great to see you guys doing well. Great job growing your channel. Thank you, Solo Board Gaming Night. Appreciate that. Insecticide. I know we don't like using too many chemicals.
I'm a natural. I was born and raised by hippies. So.
We've only got 2. There used to be 4. There's only 2 in here right now. So we're doing good.
Do a lot of that.
All right, this is what we're going to do. You saw my trusty grapefruit knife. Chris, I'm thinking seriously about sending you guys some grapefruit knives because these are amazing for unboxings. I don't know that you guys do unboxings very much anymore, but these are amazing for unboxing. They just work really well. So we are going to be doing that.
We'll send you some.
So the first one that we're going to do is from a place called Publisher Services Incorporated. Publisher Services Incorporated, and I don't know what it says. It just says... Yeah, well, not that. But we're going to get this open, and we will switch to the other angle here in just a few seconds. So that we can... I need to look at it first. Just to make sure... I mean, we're not ordering, freaky stuff here, but I just need to make sure that this is something that I can show off.
It's not something that
I want to see where it's from. Okay, it's from where I thought it was, so we can show it. So we'll go ahead and pop over to camera 2 here. And there we go. That's a bad angle for this. I might have to change the angle. Let me change the angle real quick.
What?
That's the angle we were using for I just need to tighten it a little bit, that's all. There we go. Go ahead and take it out.
Take it out of the box?
Yeah, take it out of the box and then put it on the thing, and then I'll make sure it's junk drawer. And then I'll focus in a little bit. Make sure that the focus is good. Yeah, there we go. That's bad. That's better, I think. There you go. So we've got Junk Drawer. This is from 25th Century Games. Cool people. And they've been sending us a lot of stuff, so we are happy for that relationship. That came right open. So Junk Drawer. What is this? I've not heard of this game before. So it says, place items to organize your junk drawer with 4 compartments. So there's a junk drawer in the kitchen.
There's a junk drawer. There is always a junk drawer.
And actually, your junk drawer actually has compartments.
Yes, it
which
does.
is kind of funny.
My junk drawer.
It's time to finally organize that messy junk drawer. Carefully arrange your items among your 4 components, each with a unique organizational goal. That sounds actually really cool.
Super cool.
So junk drawer comes open, and so you have these 4. I think these look like the compartments that are here. So this one says, cover many spaces, score 1 point per covered space. So all of these things are going to get +1. So this is easy.
Oh, there's different levels?
Yeah. So then medium, it says create a large gap. So create a large gap, and then you score 2 points per uncovered space in the largest gap in your drawer. So, and I'm just showing you a few of them. Then hard goes to,
oh dear,
don't place items adjacent. So you can only touch corners.
Ooh la la.
And so all of those things, like these 2 are adjacent, so you don't get any points for those. But all of those that are not adjacent to other ones, you get 4 points for.
Wow. Okay.
So that's cool. They have these, different things about them. A whole bunch of baggies, imagine, for the different things that are. Oh, this is score pads. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Score pad. Cards, bag clips.
Well, it's your items that are in your junk drawer.
Okay, let's look at that. So the back of the card has all of these things on it. It looks like one of those drawers. Oh, look! The box even looks like a drawer.
Oh, that's super cool.
That's pretty funny. I didn't see that until I looked at the camera. So bag clips, batteries.
Yes. I think we have all of these
buttons,
in our drawer.
Charm bracelets,
Maybe
coins,
yes.
earphones.
Yes. So many.
My goodness. Flash drive.
Yes. We literally have this stuff in our drawer.
Flashlights.
Yes.
Yeah, camping flashlights. Thank you very much. Glue sticks. We don't have any inhalers. Keys. Yes. Measuring tape. We don't have those either.
Yeah, we do.
Pencils.
Yes. Thousands of these.
Phone chargers. Thousands of them.
I have a whole box of cords.
Sewing material.
Yes.
Sticky notes.
Yeah, I have literally all of this in my junk drawer.
Watch.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. So I wonder what that deck's about. So
like,
here's the rule book.
It's like they know what's in my drawer.
I'll pick that up later.
You don't let the puppy get those.
Nope, not going to. So the rules look pretty self-explanatory. I mean, really, I feel like I could play this game just from the back of the box.
This looks so fun.
And then all of these things come out, and where's the? There it is.
Do you want me to take that?
Yep. So you have your player board that has 4 goals on it.
Which would be the cards that you have.
Yep. Yeah. So the cards will sit on top of it like this.
Got it. Oh!
And each of the pieces are these different Tetris-y type pieces.
Oh, I super love it.
So that's pretty easy. That's pretty cool. And these are punching out really easy too, so they did a good job at the warehouse, at the factory rather. So a whole bunch of those. Looks like they're the same kinds of things.
Yeah, same shapes.
Same shapes and same items and all that other kind of stuff.
And this is our board. This is our drawer.
Oh, they're double-sided so that the cards... See, this was just... These look like player goals. These are like public goals. This is the actual player thing, and it fits in there.
Ah, that's cool.
So that's pretty freaking awesome right there. No,
these pieces.
Yeah, those pieces. But that's still...
Because then they don't slide.
Yeah, then they don't slide around.
Love it.
That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm a sucker for spatial organization games. I'm a super sucker for these
And
things.
I literally have all these items in my junk drawer.
Yep. So this will maybe inspire us to actually...
My junk drawer has organizers. They're just so full that now the
Yeah,
junk
they're not organized anymore. It has organizers, but it's like not organized.
And the drawer underneath the junk drawer is even worse.
Yes, even worse.
That looks super cool.
Yep, it does. Looks really cool, actually. So all of this is going to go in here. We do have some other stuff that we're going to unbox because these are some cool things that are happening here at the Flipside. So we also want to...
Before you do that, you should catch up. Make sure you're not...
Okay, well, we'll set this here. Just so there you go. All right, let's catch up. And we'll get to that in just a minute. Let's see here. Tom definitely needs a grapefruit knife. I don't trust him with a box cutter.
We will send you some,
Yep.
Chris.
Chris, he had to take off, so take care, Chris. Good to see you. Tom once accidentally unboxed underwear on a live stream. This is why. This is why we check. This is why we check before it comes before we open.
If it's from Amazon, then it would be mine. So that's why we always do that.
You know it is a true unboxing if he needs to qualify it first. I like how the box looks like a drawer. Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, never heard of junk drawer. Neither have I. My kitchen has sort of two trunk drawers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
the kitchen utensil drawer is also a junk drawer, it looks like. Organizing junk drawer kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Yes, it kind of does. I swear there is a tire pressure gauge in here somewhere. I have a majority of this stuff in my drawer. Yes, we all do.
I literally was like, I have all of this.
I once found $100 in my junk drawer. What?
No, I would have think. No, how?
Terrier Halo, good evening. Hello, Terrier Halo, good evening. Welcome, welcome. Your junk drawer pays out. Yes, it does.
Yeah, right. Mine doesn't pay out.
As Tom famously used to say, polyominoals. Sure. Okay.
Polyominoals?
Yeah.
Pieces that
Kabuki
fit
does
together.
this. I was talking about Planet on our...
Polyominoals.
No, I was talking about Planet on our... Oh, another ad. I need to talk about that. Remind me to talk about ads on the live stream.
Yeah. Like right now?
No, but I am going to skip this one because stupidity. Kind of. Anyway, I was talking about Planet on my top 100 list. And I said hexagonal globe. Because that's what it is. And she corrected me. It's a dodecahedron. And me and JT, just kind of messed with her about it. And then JT yesterday in the stream asked her, "So, how many edges does a dodecahedron have?" She was like, "I don't know." This is something that he actually researched and found out so that he could ask her during the stream.
Oh, I love that
when
so much.
she came back. So
that's amazing.
That was funny. Solo Board Gaming Night said, it generally makes me happy hearing Sam talk about board games again. Thank you. Appreciate that, buddy. Love dual layered boards. Yes, best thing to happen in board gaming in years. I absolutely... the gold missions seem a little flimsy thin. They were regular card stock. So they were like cards, but in bigger form. So they weren't really flimsy, but they look flimsy because they're bigger and they're regular card stock. Immediately need to go hunt this down, Rick Coppin says.
I was
That's
like,
cool.
This looks like a game for me.
Terrier Halo have anyone here read about the mythology about the dwarves in Veer? You might find the song they sing when marching quite interesting. I didn't know this.
Well, we have it.
I know
I didn't know that there was a
mythology
look at behind it. Ooh, I love
heavy
that.
box, diggy diggy hole. Bork, mork, bork, borky, borky, bork. No, that's not what they sing. You got it back in our things. back in our minds. Hi, Sam and Jessie. The Anthonys are here. Not buying ball games. Good to see you. Polyominoes in games. He would say polyominoals. I think he started doing it on purpose for a long time.
Oh, that's
that
funny.
would not make me surprised at all. It isn't even a hexagonal globe. It's a pentagonal globe. Anyway, I know, but you know what I meant. Anyway. Dodecahedron has 12 faces. Yes, that's correct. But how many edges does it have? Is the question that JT brought.
Like 100.
No.
Because there's 6 sides of each one.
No, there's 12. How many edges?
A lot. Because there's 6.
How many edges does it have, Kabuki?
A lot.
A lot, yes, but not 100. Dodecahedron had Kabuki. LOL pushes up glasses. Well,
I really need my glasses.
has anyone commented on your good health and color back in your cheeks, Sam? Good work. It suits you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Hollenbeck. 10-hour drive ahead of me. Best game to play while driving? One that involves you keeping your eyes on the road, I would imagine. So the license plate game is fun, where you have to, the license plate alphabet game, where you have to find license plate and you have to start, you have to use, and you can't use the same license plate for multiple names.
I didn't do it with license plates, but I did it with signs. Like you had to have a word about.
A word?
Uh-huh.
I'm just talking about letters.
Yeah, but it had to start with that.
Like
letter.
that license plate has an A in it.
Oh,
okay,
no,
so
that's
done.
super easy.
I know, but it keeps you
We did it with signs. So you have to have a word, a sign with A in it.
It has 30 edges.
We went over this last stream.
We went over this last stream. I know, she wasn't here on the last stream, though.
30
as Lance always goofs on me, saying I do when I correct him. Yes. Pushes up sunglasses. All right, 30 edges. That's correct. Cool. All right, so here we go. We're going to open another box here, and this is kind of a cool box as well.
I really need my glasses.
This has a couple of different things in it, but see, it works well. It works well, even with the tougher stuff. So, even with that tougher stuff, it just it slices, it dices.
It rolls downstairs.
It rolls downstairs.
I was
not doing the Slinky song. I was doing the
Ron. I don't know what his name was.
Slices, it dices the Ginsu knives. That's what it was.
I went to Slinky.
Yeah, you did. All right, I gotta stand up to get this one because they actually.
Do you need to fix your angle, or are you on it?
Nope. Oh, we got it. All right. Watch your hands, Jessie. That's right.
Grapefruit knife.
All right. So here we go.
We already talked about it before the live stream. He was worried that I should
later,
not be holding a grapefruit knife.
So that we have. Oh, now I have to actually cut.
You need your grapefruit knife.
I do. Where'd it go? There it is. Cut away from you. Boy Scouts taught me that. But Boy Scouts didn't teach me anything else. No, that's not true. Okay. Boom! Alright. That's out. That should give you an idea of what this is. But the cool thing about this is it's from Game Toppers. Berkey mats. Kabuki got it. Tabletopper stitched edged mats. Yes. And the cool thing about Berkey mats is they have this little window in here that shows you what the mat looks like before you actually open it up.
Well, which for storage would show you which mat is which.
Yes.
Yes.
And this one is the favorite one that I got. Go ahead, take that. This is my.
Ooh.
This is my favy one. So this is like a Viking themed.
Oh, that's so cool.
Viking themed. It's got a really cool. Now this one I am going to change the angle up so they can see.
Wow.
It. So yeah, these are. They're not exactly, but they are good enough. good enough, but there's more news to the story.
Wow.
So we'll get just the corner edge. You know, the cool thing about these mats, and I know I'm kind of farther away now, is that the artwork that they've employed is kind of along the edges of the mat and then up at the top. And if I was able to completely roll it out, you'd be able to see all of it. But here, can you move this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll get the other edge. Go ahead and roll that out.
That's so cool. I haven't seen these, so I'm just as excited.
Got it out, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
You can kind of see how all that really just looks really cool. And so the main area of the entire game, the mat, is less busy, and all of the cool artwork is around the edges of the board.
That's so cool.
So it's a really neat thing.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Siri, will you stop it? Whoa.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and just leave that there for right now. So this is the Viking
That's super cool.
play mat, and it's their Holmes size, so it's 3x6. So that'll be cool as well. So it'll actually span the entire table, and fit inside the table.
Right.
So that's really neat. I'm going to put this off to the side, however, so that
That is
we
really
can
cool. Look at that.
show off the other one as well. So we'll put that right there for right now. And then...
You've got to add your picture-in-picture too.
Yeah,
So
I know, but we'll go back here for a
That
second.
is so cool.
He really does have the nicest mats. He does. Sam, have you ever thought of doing some content for Dice Tower, or would that be awkward? No, I don't think it would be awkward. Well,
we're going on the Dice Tower cruise.
Yeah, we are. Like, for example, we are going on the Dice Tower cruise, so we'll be doing stuff with them there.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
We went to Dice Tower
But
West.
we went with Dice
this
Tower
year,
West,
so
and I had my own little thing there as well. So there's another one.
Oh.
Put this over here.
There's the window.
Yep, and the window there shows us that this is a brownish mat.
Brownish. Ooh,
Yeah,
what?
this
That's
is
not
the-
brownish.
No, it's not. The edges are.
Wow.
This is the pirate
No way.
mat. So put that edge over there. And
I'm too short. I've been saying that a lot today. Oh, it's upside down
that's okay.
because I have the bottle of rum.
I know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I can get up and move the angle of the thing anyway. Let me...
Wow, that's really cool.
A little bit so we have an extra room. Can you hit the... Did I already hit the 2? No, I didn't. Just hit the 2.
I don't know what you want me to do. 2?
Yeah, the big 2. And then, where it says picture-in-picture, click on.
I need my glasses. This one above it?
Boom. There you have it.
Wow, that's really cool.
And so, you have your bottle of rum in one corner. And then...
I like the multi-dimensional look of this.
Yep.
Because there's like a table that this is on,
And you have a pirate
and then the
tricorn
curved
in the
map
other.
and the curved thing over it. Like, that's really cool. That's really cool.
So, just really neat. The art style is just amazing.
This is
on
beautiful.
These. They really did
Wow.
well. And there's
This
a
is
little island
really
with
cool.
an X on the middle of it.
I mean, this is really cool.
But it has a really nice nautical blue to it
Yeah,
as well.
it's beautiful.
So, I'm just really, I'm stoked about these.
This is super cool.
He's done a super good job with these, so. And we'll tighten that back down as well. Sorry for the shakiness. But we'll continue rolling it out here so that you can kind of see and roll that edge. Just swap it out.
A little more.
because it's got a
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
rapier on one side, coin doubloons and all that. So,
That's really neat.
so there's the little island in the middle. That would probably be covered up with a game board or something like that. But then you've got the rapier that's kind of stuck in the map,
Yes.
top down. And then over here on the side, a bunch of doubloons and gold and treasure and a
That is
compass.
so cool.
So, just really great artwork. Really can bring the theme of the game to the surface in a very fast way.
That's super
So
neat.
I'm super excited to get these in. And I had the opportunity to work in Berkey's booth at Origins.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So that was a cool thing. And so, all right.
That
So
was
what we're
super
doing
cool.
here, we're kind of announcing something that's a pretty cool thing to announce. And that is that we're kind of entering a partnership. No money is changing place, but Berkey is going to be giving us some product to use for the channel. And for those videos that we use for the channel, where we use his products, they're going to be kind of sponsored by Game Toppers. And I've known Berkey for quite some time. And he's a good friend of mine. And he has amazing products.
These are beautiful.
I don't usually... Endorsements are not things that I usually flit around. If it's a game that I like, yes, I'll absolutely and back a game and all that kind of stuff. But I also understand that, as we spoke about earlier, games are hit or miss. Not all games are for all people. And the tabletop, the gaming tabletop culture has expanded into furniture now, and frankly, a lot of it is expensive. Now, I'm using the old Geek Chic that Tom used to have, and even back then, this was a really expensive table. And I was very lucky and blessed to have been able to. And Tom was very generous to say, when they started using Rathskellers, and now they're using All About something or other. I can't remember. All About Games, I think, is the company, the tables that they're using now. But when they went with Rathskellers, I started using. He said I could use this at home, and he gave this to me and I appreciated that immensely. But my point is, not everybody can afford these big game tables. So what Game Toppers does is he comes up with a solution, still not cheap, but definitely less expensive than a board game table, and they just sit right on top of your dining room table, and they're super solid. And now he's coming out with leg kits where you can actually have them be their own tables. And so we're going to be taking them and using them at board game night. Not today, because we do have a board game night tonight, but we're not going to be able to get over there today because I have Aiden has a football,
His first football game.
his
of the season.
first football game of the season, so I have to be there for that. I'm not going to have time to go set up the new table there, but we're going to be using him at board game nights at the church. We're going to be using him for in another room, so we can get kind of a different angle on some of the videos that we use on the channel. So different shots and all that kind of stuff, different looks. And so we're going to start doing that kind of stuff. And Berkey has come along beside us, and he's helping us do that with providing us with one of their Holmes tables. It's out in the garage right now. We're going to do a video of it, of us setting it up and all that kind of stuff. He sent these playmats were actually part of the compensation that I got for working at his
That's
booth
so cool.
at Origins. So that's those. I still have a couple more coming, but I'm really excited about this because Berkey's a great friend of mine. He's a man of integrity, and I'm very happy to send some business his way if I can, by people just watching the channel. So that's the announcement that I'm giving with this. So you can look for more Game toppers being used on the channel in the near future because we're going to start doing that.
That's so cool.
But yeah, all of his products are top quality. He really doesn't put out something that's chintzy. It's very, very much, and that's why I wanted to do this.
I think it's a great opportunity for both of us.
He's a great guy, and hopefully it's going to be mutually beneficial for us because it'll give me another table to do videos on. It'll give me the ability to use other rooms in the house when the kids are in school and when Jessie's at work, and I think it'll be a good thing for the channel, and I hope it'll be a good thing for Game Toppers as well. So look, go check out Game Toppers LLC, and check out what Berkey has, and we'll be talking more about him in the future. Let's look at...
You missed a bunch.
Let's look at what's going on.
It's like me
here
all the time.
My
toes are cold.
All right, so need to play Champions of Midgard now. Yep, that's exactly Champions of Midgard on the Viking map.
On the Viking map, yeah.
I prefer it like this. No major art in the middle. Yep, that's exactly the cool thing about his maps.
There's a game in the middle.
It's mostly just a cool thematic color in the middle of the board with the really thematic artwork along the edges. It's really cool. Please tell me there is some Happy Mouth in those boxes too. We've got our own Happy Mouth. I don't know where it is. I think we used it all.
Well, then we will just get some more.
Yeah, we got to get some more. We can go buy some. But yeah, he gave me a huge, like, 5-pound bag of it.
I don't think it was
Origins.
a 5-pound bag.
Okay, it was 2.5 pounds. It was a big bag.
It was like a 1-pound bag.
No. It was like, boom. It was like this.
We did not use it all.
We did. I almost guarantee you we did.
Okay, well, we will get some more of that.
It's that good. Berkey got all top-notch artists to do most of these, yes.
Oh, that's super cool.
Is it worth having a game mat even if you don't have a game table? Well, here's the thing. He has so many different sizes of game mats that you can probably find one that will fit your kitchen table. And beyond the thematic experience of it, it also, using a game mat makes it easier for you to pick up cards, makes it easier for you to pick up other components because you can kind of dig into them, whereas if you're dealing with hard wood, you can't really dig into that hard wood. You can kind of just, it makes things easier to pick up.
Or my kitchen table has like kind of slots.
Yep.
And then therefore when you're playing a game, things will either fall in or you get those little ridges, and this makes it all smooth.
Yeah. So I would absolutely recommend game mats. You just have to find the right size, and he has, I think, 11
sizes?
11 different sizes.
Wow.
With I think it was like 20 to 25 different. I gotta go get Aiden out the door. I'll be right back.
You were like mid-sentence.
You love it when I do this.
You were like literally mid... I don't love this.
Be right back, folks.
I don't love this. Because first, I broke my glasses. And I can't see. So I can't even look over on his screen to see what you guys are saying. I literally can't see. I can't see. I do have an eye appointment. So I should get new glasses. But they are broke. And now it's just me. And, I mean, I can talk for hours about absolutely nothing. But you gotta give me, like, something to go on. But I, like, literally can't even see the chat. So, there's that. Come on, man. You're killing me here, hun.
You got it.
I got it. I know I do, but I can't read your screen. Yep, can't read. I really need his glasses. I need my glasses. But it's all good. It's all good. All good. I'm just excited on a totally personal note that Sam will wear matching shirts with me. I totally geek out over it. I think it's amazing. So, yeah, I got nothing because there's like nothing coming back. Honey, killing me.
Why is it so quiet in here?
I don't know. I can't read the screen, so I can't see what's going on. So it's literally just me talking to myself. First off, I would have to climb into your seat.
You can lean over.
I don't have any glasses. So I would have to lean over, and it would have to like.
Yeah. I'd say, let's see. Nick asks, "Is it worth having a game at?" Okay, yes. That was the question we were answering. Kabuki Kid says, "I'd say it is. I don't have a proper gaming table. I use my dining room table, and I bought a huge piece of neoprene mat that I cut down to size, so much better to game on. Granted, I did this ages ago before gaming mats were even a real thing.
Right.
But having a mat is nice to play games on, especially when you play with cards. Picking up the cards is a mat is so much nicer. So
yes, that's what
exactly
we said.
what we were saying.
Somebody asked, how often do we do game night? I could see that.
We do game night, all play. Yeah, I think that's what it is, something like that.
Aiden's here.
Okay, Aiden's ready. I'll be right back.
Do you have everything you need for the game?
Do you want me to grab my friend?
What?
Aiden's first football game of the season is today. I won't be able to be there because I will be hosting the game night at church. Which makes me a little nervous too because I'm good at people. I do the host. I'm the hostess. I feed the people. I do the tables. I set everything up. I talk to the people. But I'm not as good at teaching games as Sam is. So I get a little nervous if there's a game that I don't know as well. So today's game night, I'm bringing games that I know really well that I can jump on a table and play and teach. But this is the first game night at our church that I've had to do all by myself. So I'm a little nervous about that. And I'm sad that I won't be at Aiden's football game.
What's that?
I was saying Aiden's first football game.
Yeah.
And that I am a little nervous because I have to do game night all by myself.
Oh, you'll be fine. I'll be going to help her set up. So she'll just be set up. And Brian's going to be there.
I got that.
Yeah, Brian's going to be there. It'll be good.
I'm great at being a hostess. I got that.
Yeah.
It's just, what if they want to play a game that I don't know as well? I don't know how to teach as well as you do.
How often do you do board game? So we try to do it once a month, but because it's at the church, we have to kind of work around the church's schedule. So
it usually ends up being about every 6 weeks.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Jessie in charge. I can read that one, but I can't read the rest.
Because it has your name on it.
It's because you look for the words you know,
yeah,
and then you guess the rest of the meaning.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing when you give you an eye test, and you're like, well, that's going to be an N, right? Like,
yeah. We can see you being awkward.
I have my moments.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile
I'm
and
good
wave.
at that.
I can sympathize with the broken glasses. My 5-year-old son stomped mine with cowboy boots right when I got a new job and didn't have vision insurance. Fun times. Yep.
Yeah.
I
did. Mine just literally broke.
Hers literally broke right on the bridge.
Yeah.
So I tried.
He had it super glued for a couple of days,
for a few days, and then it just it's too. There's too much tension that goes on the bridge of the glasses for it to hold.
Makes me want to get, maybe next time I'll get more sturdy glasses like yours.
Yeah, maybe.
Sam got new glasses.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit...
because we went to Silverwood, I think we told you about this. We went to Silverwood, and I had my glasses on because we were just walking around, and I was like, let's go to the Lazy River, and I was like, I should take my glasses off. Nah, it's the Lazy River. It's not a big deal. So we're going to Lazy River, and we're, just chilling in our inner tubes. And I'm trying to push her into the gully washer. And as I'm trying to push her, I lose my footing, and I fall into the gully washer with it hitting the back of my head, and these things just go right off my head.
And we could not find them.
We
walked through that
laps?
Lazy River like twice.
We did 2 laps walking. We walked 2 laps on the Lazy River. Looking for glasses. Couldn't find them. Went back the next day. They apparently clean all of the rides out.
So they found the glasses.
They found the glasses, but they were demolished. It looked like they'd been in a sandstorm.
Well, let's just say
they were still functional.
Yeah. They clearly fell off open.
Yep.
And... they went through the bottom of the Lazy River, lens side down.
Yeah. That was JT. I got to tell him I'll call him right back.
So they had like scuff marks right in his middle of his vision. But he got new glasses, but they're a little sturdier. So I'm like, maybe I should get something a little sturdier.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was going through because right after we got back, yours broke, and then I went and I was like, well, I don't want mine to break. So
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna get my new ones. Yeah, Mandalorian is here. That's my that's my ringtone for people. But I just told him I'd call him back. Goonies never say die. That is correct.
Never say die.
I need to know where they got the shirts. Well,
At a gift shop in Astoria.
we went to the Oregon Film Festival Museum.
Film Museum, which was in the old county jail, which was where they filmed scenes from the outside of the movie. The opening scene
from the movie.
And we took some pictures of the family of us standing right in front. And that was super cool. And the car was there.
Yeah.
The inside of the film museum was not as cool as it could have been.
Yeah.
There are probably 60 plus movies that have been filmed in the Oregon area, especially Astoria. So there could have been Kindergarten Cop, which I love. I love Kindergarten Cop too. There could have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
I felt.
The cool thing about the film museum was that it was in the building.
Yeah.
And you could see the cell where the Fratelli brother was, mock hanged himself.
Right.
And they had the little sign that said, "You moron, you think I would really hang myself," and all that other kind of stuff. They had all of that. They had that cell packed out with a lot of Goonie memorabilia.
Yeah, there was a Goonies memorabilia cell.
But that was it. That was pretty much it. They had other, kind of mural-ish type things that were on the walls.
Yeah. I think the thing that was kind of cool about that museum was the fact that if you were maybe interested in doing film, they had cameras that you could work and little scenes that you could make and
you could have it digitally sent to yourself and all that kind of
I
stuff.
thought that was kind of cool. But as far as
the Goonie
aspect in me didn't. It
didn't really hit much.
I didn't love it. But it was in the building, so the building was cool.
Yeah. You got to be in the building. You got to see the.
But it's like a 3-story building. You could use a lot more of this.
Yeah, and it was just the first floor.
And it wasn't even the first floor. It was just the first lobby, really. Like it didn't even go past.
No, it did.
When that second camera where that was stopped, there was more of that building.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
So it was a very small space. But I think we got these here. We got those there.
Yep.
But we actually bought more Goonies souvenirs at the coffee shop where we stopped in it.
Yeah, I bought her a keychain.
Yeah, I have them all on my keychain. I kept all 3.
Yeah, it had it has a pin that has sloth saying, it says, "Hey you guys," for her bag, and because she buys pins.
Yeah,
she
for where we
pens, go. Or pins, not pens, wherever we go to stick on her bag for work. And then it had that, and then it had a
3-piece keychain set.
Yeah.
And it was
one was
cool.
the key, the skull key that you kind of turned the thing where Mikey's hand got caught. Stupid fly. But yeah.
Yeah. But that's where we got.
That's where we got.
Astoria.
Need one of those shirts. Still need to play the game. Yeah. There's a Goonies Funko game over there that we need to play. We haven't played yet. You got to do the Revenge of the Nerds white tape in the middle of the glasses. No, you don't.
I was literally about to duct tape them together because I'm like, I can't see and I don't love it.
Not Buyable Game says, Jessie, this is Hattie. Just want to say it's awesome seeing you do these lives with Sam. You have great screen presence. I enjoy watching both of you. There you go.
The only thing that makes me have a great screen presence is being next to him. Because when he walked away, did you see how awkward I was? So I don't know about that. But I do love being next to Sam and being able to talk to him and letting you guys see how we interact.
All right. Ahemi 520 says, we're taking the Goonies road trip next year out in Oregon. My all-time favorite movie.
Yes.
You must own a Goonies mug. Do you own a Goonies mug? I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
Who is old enough to remember where Sloth got the "Hey you guys"?
Me? The electric company? Did you not know?
Nope.
You didn't?
No. I mean, I that makes sense.
Did you know of the Electric Company?
Well, yeah, of course I knew of the Electric Company, but I didn't watch it all the time. I was watching Dukes of Hazzard.
You have issues.
I wasn't watching the Electric Company. I was watching Dukes of Hazzard when I got home from school. Dukes of Hazzard, G.I. Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch those.
Oh, I almost swiped at him.
You almost, it was by my face.
I know, that's why I didn't.
He was like ready to go, and I'm like, it's on my face.
You get an excuse because you couldn't read the screen. LOL.
I can't. I can kind of, like, I really have to get in there. And I think a lot of it is inference,
Okay.
like I'm guessing.
Who said, hey, you guys on the Electric Company? Geek card revoked. You're done. Took
You
too
don't
long.
know?
That's right, I don't. But I'm not the one that said,
You
didn't know?
The Electric Company. I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't
I don't know.
Don't even know what Electric Company is.
Oh, it was Rita Moreno. I can picture her from Sesame Street and from West Side Story and from all these other things, but I didn't. When you say that, I was like, it is. I can picture that now.
Fine, I'll just have to take your word for it.
Fine, I'll just make you watch a musical.
Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, the A-Team, Airwolf. Yes!
No. It was all... Okay, I love it. That's why I like SWAT. It's all about the good music at the beginning.
I wouldn't say it's good music.
I like
catchy
it.
music.
I like it. No, okay, also I lived in rural Eastern Washington. We were cattle farmers, and we had 2 channels. So I had PBS, and I had Cairo 7. And that was all I had. That's all we got in Ellensburg in the 70s and in the 70s.
In the Dark Ages,
yes.
Yeah,
that's all. So I didn't get a lot of the A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard. We had PBS, and I had Cairo 7. That was it.
The Rock gets the buzz right now for his smolder, but the main actor on Airwolf had a serious smolder.
I don't even know what Airwolf is. I literally have never heard this.
Add it to the list.
No, really?
It was this.
I know the
attack
A-Team.
helicopter that had like missiles and machine guns.
I've never heard of this.
Could like fly faster than a jet and all of this kind of stuff. Super non helicopter-y thingies. But it was cool because it was like this secret
organization. The person that had the smolder was the
actual pilot. Yeah.
Okay.
The pilot. And then Santorini.
The
Santorini
islands
Air.
of Greece?
No. It was one of the characters, Dominic Santorini, was his like co-pilot.
Okay.
That flew in the back, was in the helicopter, but he was in the back doing all the computery stuff while the pilot was the guy flying around shooting stuff.
So what was the plot? Was it just them flying around shooting
Think
stuff?
Knight Rider.
Okay.
But with a helicopter. That's what Airwolf was.
Okay.
Airwolf was Knight Rider with a helicopter, not a car.
I think I've only seen a couple episodes.
That's generally what it is.
But I got the idea.
Okay. Rita Moreno went on to voice Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, I don't actually know that I knew that, but I loved Carmen Sandiego too.
I know I didn't know that. You mean 80s was the best period of TV, Kabuki. Airwolf was influenced from the Blue Thunder movie. Yeah, did you ever see Blue Thunder?
No.
Oh, you're dead to me. Blue Thunder was... Oh, I don't feel like... Yes.
Do you want me to add it to the list?
Yes, add it to the list. Rick Schneider, the guy who was you're going to need a bigger boat in Jaws. Uh-huh. That guy was the main character in Blue Thunder. But Blue Thunder was like an ugly attack helicopter.
I think I've marked off some of these. We can move some off.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, people, gotta go. Good to see you, Roger. Thank you for coming by. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Blue Thunder?
Brian says, I can't watch Airwolf. I don't want to risk ruining my good childhood memories. That's the problem with rewatching some of these. Yeah. You're like, wow, that's really cheesy. Because the technology back then just wasn't what it is today. But yeah. But I really enjoyed Blue Thunder, and I really enjoyed Airwolf. That was some of those things.
That's funny. I never saw those.
Wow. I think we'll put that guy in timeout.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Kabuki Kid got it. I was almost about to do it. Thank you, Kabuki. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Blue Thunder also is in my memory of being the very first movie I ever taped on VHS.
Oh, that's cool.
When we got our first VCR. Gaming with ADHD says, you mentioned G.I. Joe. Did you hear Renegade is doing an Axis and Allies G.I. Joe? Yes, I have seen that. They got the rights to do an Axis and Allies game with a G.I. Joe theme on it.
That's cool.
Isn't
there a new G.I. Joe movie? Like, remember when we saw the Transformers at the end of the Transformers? Wasn't there a hint?
You are woefully behind, my love.
Okay.
Because there have already been, I think, 2 G.I. Joe movies.
Oh.
And 2 spin-off movies from the G.I. Joe universe. One called Snake Eyes, and I think they did another one for...
well, then there's that.
Storm Shadow. I think they did another one for Storm Shadow, too. Or maybe I'm confusing, and Snake Eyes had Storm Shadow in it, but...
Clearly.
But at the end of
Transformers,
the new Transformers movie, they said that there's going to be a possible... G.I. Joe Transformers overlap.
Right, that was my only connection.
Yeah.
I'm clearly behind.
A-Team, yes. A-Team was also good. Saw it right before you spotted it. What was that?
A fly.
I don't know. Granted, it was a 40-year-old movie, yes. Statute of Limitations is up on it, yes. There is no more 40... Yeah. Dominic Santino, not Santorini. It's Santino, sorry. Played by Ernest Borgnine. See, Ernest Borgnine is a epic-level actor from the good old days that you love all those good old movies.
I do love all those good old movies.
And you don't know who Ernest Borgnine is.
No?
You'll know him when you see him.
Maybe that's it. I don't know people's names.
Yeah.
If there's somebody I've met in person, I can do their name. If it's an actor, and this is the character name that they played on a screen of a show that I watched, nope, I've gone.
Yep, that's true. Cabby from Escape from New York. She's never seen Escape from New York either.
I haven't seen
If it's a cool movie, she probably hasn't seen it.
You zip it. I have different versions of cool movies. He's never seen West Side Story.
That's true. A-Team pilot episode title. Mexican sleigh ride. It kills me every time. McHale's Navy. Ernest Borgnine, McHale's Navy. It says he actually won the Oscar for Marty. Top 10 coming from your favorite movies. That's actually a top 10 that we could probably do together. Our top 10 favorite movies.
Oh, I could do that.
We can do that. And pop culture is fair game for my channel. So our channel, sorry. Poseidon Adventure.
I think you're just making up words.
No, this is Kabuki.
You're making up stuff. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She's saying all these. Come on.
I don't know any of those.
I told you. If it's a cool movie, she hasn't seen it. She's seen all the nerdy, all the musicals, and all the flimsy flattery. Anna Green Gables and 42nd Street, Miracle on 35th Avenue. I knew it was 34th Street.
I've seen that one multiple times. That counts as a Christmas movie, so I watch that one every year.
Timon6219 says, "Hi, KK. I'm late speed watching."
All you missed is me going hee 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 hee.
I missed a little bit more than that, but anyway,
should we do a Q&A? We gotta Do we have to? What do we do? What do we got going on? Oh my gosh,
really
we're good actually.
We don't really have anything going on. We are at our 2-hour mark.
We're good because the next thing we have to do is set up for game night and that. But
all-time favorite movie here is Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson and Julia Roberts. That was a good one. Have you seen that one? Nope.
Nope.
Geronimo.
Nope.
That's a quote from the movie. That's just to show you that I have seen it.
Nope.
Yep. Conspiracy Theory is genuinely fun. I don't know that I would call that a fun movie. I would call it a tragically interesting movie. I don't know that Conspiracy Theory was fun, though.
I don't know what it is. Can you get that one? No, it's too far away.
It's too far away. But, okay, fun as in it was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I love that.
I get that, but I don't think it was a fun movie. It's definitely not a comedy.
Earth Girls Are Easy. Have you seen that one? I'm going to start naming movies that you haven't seen then.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it. Gina Davis.
Gina Davis. She's so good. Jim Carrey.
I know.
Okay, so you've seen that one.
Very fun, I quote it still. Yeah. The movie was bonkers. Yes, the movie was bonkers. It's what... Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but it's what people... I mean, it's like people throw the phrase conspiracy theory around a lot now. But this was like what conspiracy theories really are. But it wasn't, because I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'll just add it to my list. We'll have to watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
Okay.
Because that might be my next movie night pick.
Okay. You want me to write that down too? Because I will forget it.
That was really good. That was a really good movie. Earth Girls Are Easy. Early Jim Carrey too. Yeah, that was before he really was popular. Oops, I called during a live. Yes, you did, JT. No worries. It's no big deal, bud. I told you I would call you right back. As soon as you're done here, I'll call you. Must have a dark sense of humor. I laugh at conspiracy theories. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, there are times where you're like, wow, that's so freaky. I have to do something, otherwise I'm just going to get freaked out.
Freaky?
No. It's not a scary movie. It's a.
How about Rear Window?
I haven't seen it.
See?
But I played the board game, so who cares if I've seen
it? You have to see the movie to play the board game with effect.
Sneakers. Now that was a fun movie. Sneakers. Have you seen Sneakers?
Oh, I don't know.
Robert Redford?
No.
I'm telling you, if it's a cool movie, she hasn't seen it unless I made her watch it. That's what's going on here. The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai and Across the Eighth Dimension.
I swear you guys are making things up.
No!
The only movie I could follow that started with The Adventures of...
You're going to say Babysitting.
Babysitting!
Oh my gosh!
I probably watched that one like 6 times.
Oh my goodness.
That's the only movie that started with The Adventures of...
War Games.
No.
Matthew Broderick?
No.
Would you like to play a game?
No.
I know you've heard that.
Yeah, and I've never seen the movie. I'm sorry, and to all of you that are watching, I'm sorry. I don't know how he loves me so much because I don't know any of the things he knows.
Well, that's not what we base our relationship on.
We don't. But when we talk movie... Okay, keep going. I'll add them to the list. We will eventually get through them.
I can't die yet. We still have to watch 50 movies.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole list. We can't.
War Games stands up. Still good to watch. I agree. Well, I mean, it's still kind of relevant, unfortunately. It's all about global thermonuclear war. Thermonuclear war.
Got
Yeah. It's back when at the height of the Cold War,
right.
U.S. and America, we all have our nuclear warheads pointed at each other. What's going to happen? They're all kind of controlled by a computer system, and Matthew Broderick sitting in as a little nerdy teenage kid, and he starts talking to people over the internet, and he asks this computer thing, would you like to play a game? And what games would you like to play? And it comes up, and one of them is global thermonuclear war. And he's like, as a nerdy kid, sure, I'll click that one, you know. But yes, computer hacking, computer AI. It's actually more relevant today than it was back then. Yeah. Because back then it was like
fiction.
It was like science fiction. It's like, this will never happen, you know.
We watched a movie last night, and I actually asked Sam, I'm like, is this kind of thing real? You said you wanted to talk about ads.
Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, let me skip this and then go back. You may be experiencing ads during our live Q&As, and that is an unfortunate thing. When I set these up, it has in the past given me the option of not having mid-play ads. We'll have them at the beginning, have them at the end, but not during the middle. Yeah. Because I didn't want to. Well, when I set up this one and yesterday's live stream...
Oh, we forgot to click that.
No. It did not give me the option of not including them anymore.
Interesting.
They just give you 3 options of the frequency to control the frequency of mid-play rolls. So that might be an unfortunate, a necessary evil that we have to endure.
That being said, we are thankful that you are here.
Yes.
We are thankful that you watch us.
Yes.
And even if there are ads that you have to patiently sit through for 10 seconds or skip, we are still very, very grateful that you are here.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. But I did want to give that... There have been some where I have clicked on mid-play ads just to see how they did.
Right.
I didn't really see a difference of more revenue coming from those than others, so I was like, well, I'm not going to worry about them.
Right.
But now when I set up these live streams, they're not giving me the option anymore.
Well, we'll do what we need to do.
I'll look more into it, but that might be a necessary evil. So I apologize.
Okay, we're missing more.
No, it's fine. When they wrote War Games, it was well researched. Most all of the hacking and freaking and whatnot in that movie was legit. Cool. It's not just people going. We watched Heart of Stone last night.
I loved that. I absolutely loved it. And I asked Sam, I'm like, is this kind of thing real? Like, I'm not. I don't know anything about governments or anything. Like,
no, I don't
but is this kind of technology real? Like, is this?
I mean, I think there's some basis of it in reality, but I think it's still.
I liked that movie.
Yeah, it was. Cool.
I liked it a lot, and I told Sam it felt like a Wonder Woman. And it also had Gal Gadot.
Because it has Gal Gadot in it, yeah.
But even then, even the ending, the red dress walking across the plaza.
That's
red dress plaza. That's all.
Okay.
I didn't say anything else.
Man, just...
Good golly!
Spoilers! No spoilers.
I didn't give any spoilers.
Well, they now know that there's going
a red
to be...
dress.
Well, it wasn't red, but...
It actually was.
It actually was not.
It so was.
I'll go back and show you.
We can go back and show this. It was red. Orangish slightly, but red.
You can't say orangish about a red dress.
It had a little orange too, but it was red.
No.
It was red. Anyway,
negative.
That's all it is.
Fast Times for Ridgemont High. Big Trouble in Little China.
We watched that.
Yes. This is one of the cool movies that I made her watch.
Because I wanted to play the game.
It's a cool movie. Yeah, and we have the game sitting up there. So
we watched that.
Now that she knows the movie, we can actually try to teach her the game.
No, we did.
No, we haven't.
We played the game.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we did.
I guarantee we did not.
We did. We did it. I literally remember.
You dreamed about it. Because...
No, we watched the movie and then we played the game.
Starman. Did you see Starman?
No.
Jeff Bridges?
No.
And
Contact?
Lois Lane from Superman?
No.
I forget her actual
no.
actress's name.
I saw Contact. It's a Fifth Element.
Okay, those are two cool movies. So, you get a little bit of cred there. Karen Allen, yes. Oh, you're right. Karen Allen didn't play Lois Lane. Lois Lane was a different actress, but I'm always reminded of Lois Lane when Karen Allen is there. Karen Allen is the one that played Marion in the Indiana Jones movies.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's my bad. Margot Kidder is Lois Lane. But I did always get those mixed up. Was The Shining a John Carpenter movie? I don't...
Did you see The Shining?
Yes, I saw The Shining.
Shining is terrifying. Shining is one of those I read.
Oh yeah, you gotta tell them that. Okay. People like scary movies? How about scary books?
Okay, I've read... I went through a phase where I read a lot of scary books. But The Shining scared me so bad that I had to put it in my freezer for 2 weeks. Because it scared me. And I just needed it to, like, chill out. Like, I couldn't...
Like, literally chill out to where if I try to turn the pages, they break.
Yes, I literally... It makes sense from The Shining. There's the whole ice scene, and then there's the whole chopping through, and then there's the whole... Like, they're in the frozen... You have to read the book!
I know the story.
No, the book.
I don't want
not
to read
the movie. The book.
I didn't really like the movie that much.
I put the book in my freezer for at least 2 weeks, and my mom kept saying, "Are you gonna take this out of the freezer? We only had one kitchen. This is in the." I was like, "Nope, I'm not ready to read it yet. It needs to chill out. I'm not. It was too scary."
Have you watched the movie?
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh yes.
Now.
That's just terrifying.
The scenes in Ready Player One don't count. You've seen the actual movie.
Oh, I've seen the actual movie.
All right.
We won't even let the kids see that movie. Still.
What?
But they keep always asking to watch it, and we say no.
Oh, well, I don't care if they watch it or not.
No. They'll have nightmares.
Doctor Sleep? I've never seen that one.
Doctor Strange, I think I've seen.
Oh my gosh. Of course, it was like a year ago.
Oh, no. Doctor
not...
Strange Glove. There's an older one. Doctor...
Strange Love.
Yes, that.
Strange Glove?
I don't know.
Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The Shining. Oh.
No.
Here's the thing. I know that people look at The Shining and it's like the quintessential epic Jack Nicholson movie and performance.
Yes.
And I get it. But as a movie, I was just like, that's a little too freaky.
It's terrifying. So absolutely terrifying.
I'm like, cool. I watched it and I was like, I just don't like it. Because I don't like horror movies. I
got to the point in the book, I think it was the point where they're in the maze. Oh my gosh, in the garden. And I was like, oh no, this needs to chill out. Oh no,
She shoves that in the freezer.
I did. I put it in the freezer. I rubber banded it closed so that it wouldn't like open the pages or those stupid freaky twins wouldn't come and open the pages. And I rubber banded the book double both ways and then I put it in my freezer. And my mom was like, what is this doing in our freezer?
It's not the Necronomicon. What is the... Yeah,
what the heck
she doesn't know what that is either.
You're making up words, I swear to you. I did. I put the book in the freezer for like 2 weeks. And then I finished reading it.
You never finished
reading it?
No,
and then I finished reading it.
Then you finished reading it.
But I couldn't read. I had to like... It was like a... I couldn't even... And, you know, this is in the 80s and we had like one fridge and there's like that little freezer compartment above it, right?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, Jessie, you have to move your book. I just, I have meat to put in or something. And I was like,
Evil Dead 2.
No.
That's where the Necronomicon comes from.
No, the only dead movie I watched was Better Off Dead. and then the one with the... I can't even come up with the name. Bernie, something. Weekend at Bernie's. Yeah, that's the only dead movies.
Those are not like... Come on.
No, those are not good movies.
Chinatown is up there.
Chinatown?
It's another movie. Evil Dead 2 is even better than Evil Dead.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It's... Do you remember the guy... No, you probably won't remember that. In Doctor Strange, the multiverse, the guy that is like... it's like a cameo appearance near the end of the movie.
Okay, what is he doing?
Anyway, you won't remember who it is.
Wow.
But anyway, he was the main character. He was the main character from the Evil Dead. You know, my boomstick. You know that he has his arm's been amputated, but he put a shotgun. He taped a shotgun onto it. And anyway, chainsaw at one point, I think too.
Wow.
But anyway.
There's a lot of movies I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies I don't know, but a lot of the ones that I think my era.
He's only a couple of years younger than me, so it's not like a total era difference.
No, you'd be amazed.
But
you would be amazed at how much of a difference.
Yeah, and like I said, we didn't have a lot of access. We lived in Ellensburg. We had one movie theater in town, and we could afford to go to a movie once every, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, maybe.
D'Anthony's asked, have we seen the new D&D movie? Yes, we have.
Okay, that I liked.
That was really good. Honor Among Thieves is a really good
The
movie.
Chonky Dragon.
We went with JT and Mel.
His family.
And was Hawkins there?
The whole family. We went with JT and his family.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
So, yeah, we went, and it was so fun.
It was so much fun.
JT is my DM.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm able to play Dungeons and Dragons, we do it online through what is it? Dang it!
I don't know. You use some platform.
Through it's not on this one. I swear I hate through Discord. Thank you. Stupid. We play through Discord with some people that are in other parts of the country, and he's our DM. So when we were going to go see D&D, the D&D movie, we were like, you got to come with us. And so we all went together. It was really fun.
The Chonky Dragon was the best. I cracked up.
Yeah, the Chonky Dragon. That was funny. I don't think it did well enough to warrant another. Unfortunately, probably not. But any time now, you have people that are, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of like actors and actresses that are personally funding some projects because they want to see them.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully that'll turn out. Maybe Chris Pine will put up or shut up. He's a good actor. I don't know if he liked that role enough, though. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But yes, it was a lot of fun. It was great. And I think it was a movie that you don't really... it was one of those things where you didn't have to be a D&D player to enjoy it all. But if you were a D&D player, you saw all the little nuances and all of the interpretations of how all of these different spells fire off. And that's the cool part about it. Like, seeing Displacer Beast, that was the cool thing for me. Because those are just... I've always had this, like, kind of... Not affinity, but I've always thought Black Panthers looked cool. And having a tentacled Black Panther in D&D, I just thought that was amazing. That was just a cool thing. So, that's that.
I liked it.
Tom said, I had all the original D&D, but my mom threw them out when they moved at one time.
Oof.
They were in a box in the attic. Dun, dun, dun.
So is that how we get rid of the kids' stuff in our garage?
Yeah, we just move.
I'm just asking... For asking, not that we would ever get rid of the kids' stuff in the garage. I'm just.
By the way, you mentioned D&D. If you watched our live stream yesterday, we unboxed this, and Assassin's Creed has an RPG coming out, a role playing game for Simon, Ubisoft, and Guillotine Games are coming out with an Assassin's Creed role-playing game.
Oh, that's cool.
They sent me a mini for that, and we unboxed that on the Assassin's Creed live stream yesterday. But we're talking about D&D's here, so thought I'd mention that. That was cool. But I think we're going to get on out of here. We've been at it now for about 2 hours and 15 minutes, so we'll do a lightning round. So if you have a lightning round, we'll do it. If not, we're just going to hang around for another about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then we'll be done for the day because we do have some other stuff we got to get to, and I'm sure you guys do as well. But it has been fun. Even the old original 1974 box set, but not a first printing. Wow. Kabuki Kid has that. All right, Kubrick or Hitchcock?
Hitchcock.
Yeah, I'll go with Hitchcock as well. Stanley Kubrick was just a little... His movies were kind of freaky. Hitchcock's movies were freaky too.
Kubrick's movies, but I know
well, they were just, I don't know, they were
Hitchcock's.
just kind of, they had that
Hitchcock's were thinkers.
old school thinking, and you would like get into your mind. And Kubrick was that way, but in a freaky kind of way. So that's why I like Hitchcock better. Same movie I had. Same move. I had original trading cards from Star Wars Episode 4.
They threw them out too.
That's
Ouch.
like super cash haul.
Ouch.
If he took care of them,
yeah.
if he took care of them, that's a lot of money. D&D or Pathfinder? I'm going to go with D&D. I know a lot of people like Pathfinder, but I've only ever played... Well, I haven't only ever played D&D. I've played a lot of other systems, but D&D has been the common thread throughout them all. Did you ever get the expansions for Northgard? No, not yet. But, I mean, again, it's a cash flow thing at this point. I just don't have the... I can't justify. I'll put it that way. I can't justify throwing the cash at it right now. But soon. Print books. I know what she's going to say. Print books or e-readers.
Print books.
Yep. Dead Tree version.
Yep.
There's something. I look at screens all day long.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to read a book, which, admittedly, I'm probably not. But if I'm going to read a book, I'd rather have the Dead Tree version.
I prefer. There's something for me tactile about holding the book, turning the pages, and actually, it's weird, but the smell of.
But you can still turn the pages on an e-reader.
No, you can't. You swipe your finger. That's not the same.
Chocolate or vanilla?
I'm gonna go vanilla this week. Next week I might change my mind. We'll see.
I'm definitely more of a chocolate person than vanilla. Vanilla is vanilla for a reason. Vanilla,
plain Jane.
The word
that's me.
100%
Plain Jane.
Yeah, so chocolate is better, in my opinion. Memoir 44 or Undaunted? Hands down, it's Memoir 44. I do enjoy Undaunted, but I think I like Memoir 44 as a system better. Gen Con or Essen? Wow.
That's a good question.
That's a huge question.
I've never been to Essen. I've only been to Gen Con.
Yeah.
So.
Essen... Here's the thing. I don't think I like Essen better as a convention. I just like that it's in Germany.
Right.
And you get the international flair from going to Essen that you don't get from going to Gen Con. So I think I like Essen better for that reason. But I think Gen Con might be a better convention because there's more playing. There's more spaces to just go play games at Gen Con than there are at Essen. But I think I like Essen better overall. Sweet or salty?
Probably salty.
You're more savory.
Yeah.
I'm more savory. I have a more savory leaning palate. I know, he's being really I'm not a big candy person.
Yeah.
You know, like chocolate and stuff like that, yes. Gummy bears, yes. But anything past those two things, no, seriously, anything past those two things are not really my cup of tea. For I don't like a lot of sweetie type stuff, but I do have a lot of savory legs.
Yeah, I like salty.
Grunge or punk rock?
Punk rock. But
I'm gonna go.
I was in Seattle in the grunge era. I lived there in that area. So.
Well, I'm gonna go with a third better option and say metal. I mean, grunge is just.
I was
lazy.
just answering the question.
Grunge is just lazy metal. That's all it is. They don't articulate the words.
Gosh,
they don't.
So much.
They don't, articulate the playing of the instruments. It's just like dirty, filthy metal. That's what grunge is. And punk rock has its own little thing, and I never really enjoyed it that much.
I was kind of a punk rock.
But metal is where it's at for me. Goonies or Time Bandits?
Goonies.
Time Bandits is a good movie.
I have seen Time Bandits.
You have?
I have seen Time Bandits.
Oh, you get a pat on the back.
Thank you. There was a part that creeped me out, but I don't remember what.
Goonies is a better movie.
Goonies.
Knows the answer. Yeah, not my eyeball games. Clowns or mimes?
Ew and ew.
Okay, how about this? Rodeo clowns or mimes?
Okay, then I'll take a rodeo clown any day.
Weirdo.
Mimes are weird. Mimes are weird. Clowns are weird.
I don't have that fear of clowns.
I don't have that fear of clowns.
But clowns are just creepy to me. They just look creepy. They don't scare me, but...
No. Oh,
I thought it was right here. I was like, oh, I can get her without smacking her in the face. 70s punk or 90s punk? Neither. Metal. I don't like either. Grunge is like punk and metal.
Yeah,
right,
it is. The punk and metal had a baby.
Yeah, and it's lazy, dirty metal. That's exactly what it is. But you can also say thrash is punk and metal. They just go in different directions. You're correct. Gotta watch Shakes the Clown. No, I don't gotta watch anything.
No, that sounds
But the clowns versus mimes fight. Yeah, I understood that.
Clowns versus mimes. I think they're both kind of weird.
I think mimes are fun to watch, but I wouldn't want to be part of the mime show because that's freaky.
They make fun of you straight up, and then that can be, Yep.
Clowns are just... Clowns, see, to me, clowns aren't creepy. They've just been used by culture and almost made creepy because they So
from it. That's when clowns became
My
creepy.
mom used to dress me up as a clown for Halloween. That might be one of the reasons I don't like Halloween very much now. Because I didn't want to go as a clown.
It changed the way...
It?
It.
Yeah. Changed the way people viewed clowns?
Yes, for sure.
Just like Jaws. Changed the way people viewed sharks. Shakes the Clown is famously the Citizen Kane of alcoholic clown movies. Oh, okay. Monty Python or SNL?
Oh, I love Monty Python.
Yeah,
And now for SNL, there was an era that I loved SNL. If it was SNL today, I don't know that I would choose that. I would choose Monty Python. But if it was an SNL from
Belushi,
Murphy Steve Martin, yeah, that I would go SNL.
Yep.
Monty Python is amazing, but I think as an American,
I'm more of a fan of British humor than I am.
Yeah, American. I was gonna say as an American, I'd say Monty Python is harder, but I love Monty Python. Yeah. So.
Okay. I like Monty Python a lot. I like that style of humor. Yeah, it's funny. More funny. Now they do get...
Wait, see, that was on PBS.
They do get more crass. They do get more crass than American humor does.
They do.
What they allow people to do. But
we would get Monty Python on PBS. So I would watch Monty Python with my family.
Yeah. All right. Muppets. Well, I think that's it. We've done about 10 minutes of this... Norm Macdonald, Jim Belushi, hands down.
Norm Macdonald or Jim Belushi? Jim Belushi.
Twice on Sunday. Jim Belushi was so good. Mm-hmm. So good. And he had it all. He could be...
Norm
he could do the overacting. Yeah. He could do the overacting like Jim Carrey did, but then he could also do the straight acting and all that.
Norm Macdonald kind of annoyed me for some reason.
Well, I think that's partially... That might be
part of his character.
Part of his character, part of his voice.
But it's just something about him.
The tone of his voice.
Yeah. And I can't even do it, but that was like that.
Norm Macdonald is fun, don't get me wrong, but he's no Jim Belushi.
Yeah.
No way. I remember when... John Belushi. I always get that mixed up, too. Jim Belushi's good as well, though.
John Belushi.
Jim Belushi is him in Kindergarten Cop. No. And Jingle All the Way.
I love Jingle All the Way.
Such a funny character.
I love Jingle All the Way.
Such a funny guy. I love Jim Belushi. But you're correct. John Belushi was the opposite there. I remember when Monty Python was leaving PBS and they did a marathon and I taped it all. Every 6 hours swapping tapes.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right, we're going to get on out of here. We got stuff to do and places to go, things to do, and all that kind of stuff.
And we know you do, too.
Red Green Show is awesome.
Oh, the Red Green Show. I remember the Red Green Show.
Well, thank you for joining us. We certainly appreciate it.
we're gonna go watch Red Green now. No, we're not gonna watch Red Green. But we're gonna take off. We got to get our games together for game night. We got to get everything done. The puppy is now whining once again. He hears us laughing and he wants to be part of the raucous laughter. So thank you so much.
We really
great
appreciate
to sit
you guys.
here chilling out with you guys, and we hope that if you're watching this later, you'll catch it sometime live, because it's a little bit of a different experience. But hopefully you enjoyed it watching it later too. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Have fun. Risto Alpius, you too. Thank you. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side.
Bye.
Take care.
I'm shedding like mad.
Yes. 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 Bye, Tom.